sponsored by Patreon. If you're looking for exclusive content, after dark content, podcast episodes, and other features, please look at subscribing. Subscriptions are low as $1. Hello everyone, this is Michael. I'm here in China, Pinghu. Just got back from the UK, to be honest. Well, it's been 2 weeks, but you know, I had to deal with some stuff because I had a friend of mine looking after the apartment. She was getting very overwhelmed because of the fact that my animals can be a bit of a handful. Like one of my cats, Chocho, ran away, told her he would come back. He came back. The dogs needed constant attention and walkies. And she was also babysitting my friend's dog as well at the same time, my other friend's dog. So there's a lot going on. So I've now gotten back to kind of try and deal with things. I'll address that in another video about my trip, because I've got a few videos planned. A couple where I'm going to review a couple of the shows that I went to that I thought were amazeballs. But I thought I'd share a quick story with you guys. The story is about like acceptance and about like discussion of life as a teacher. A lot of guys do these little fun little things where they'll make fun of their students and stuff, but I don't really want to do that. So I'm just gonna have a conversation. A student came to me today, told me he got his grades. They weren't great. I also did my GCSE in math because I want to do my QTS. That came back, that wasn't great. Now, the reason why I want to have a conversation about this is because I think it's something of a life lesson that can be learned, like, especially at a time where people are going on about education doesn't teach us anything. But I think it does. And I think we learn life lessons with education as we see things, you know, as we see it, because everything is changing. No matter what we do, life will change. And those who fail to learn any lessons get left behind. And that's the truth. Hopefully, eventually we grow into people who will learn those lessons because we need to. Because life's not fun if you go around in circles. And I've been there. I've been in situations where life wasn't very fun because I was going around in circles. So I had a student come to me recently, just did his exam. And he said to me, hey, the conditionary grades that I was supposed to get into my school of choice, I didn't get them. I was quite upset about it on his behalf, but I didn't show it. I was like, you know, I thought to myself, right, what am I going to say? So I said to him, and it's the honest truth, I looked at it as my situation. Your first choice of uni is never going to be your first choice. You know, some people, if they work really hard and button down, they'll get where they need to be. And a lot of his situation was, he's a very smart kid, easily led. His best friend is very entitled, family's very rich, didn't want to do any work. So this young man who was like angry at the world, had his own issues, didn't want to do any work, didn't want to do any studying, didn't want to cram to prepare for his exams. So he ended up not getting the grades that he wanted to get, and he got his offer pulled. So I explained to him that, you know, regardless of what happens, you may have to lower your expectations and go to a university that you might not see as an amazing uni, or you may have to go to college, but that's okay. You get the initial degree, and then eventually you'll move on to a better university to do your MA if you choose to do your MA. It's totally up to you. Like, a lot of people get burnt out from education, and I can understand why. Like, if you can think about it. When I started in education myself, I was doing primary school, secondary school. I was getting beaten up every day. I was getting abused by people. Then I had to go home and deal with my dad beating the living crap out of me. It wasn't fun. I just wanted to get out of everything, get away from everyone, and just move somewhere. But no one understood me. No one understood anything that I was going through, because why would you, you know? My parents are like, well, we provided for you, we put a shirt on your back and we put food in your belly, so what the fuck are you complaining about? Which technically, kind of right, but there's a lot more to being a parent. There's also a lot more to being a teacher, especially when you're dealing with students who have mental health issues, and a lot of our students do. In China, because it's a developing country that's just gone through its own industrial revolution, and it will continue to go through an industrial revolution and grow, there is a lot of issues with mental health. They don't understand it. They believe that you have to, like, you know, traditionally, you shouldn't have things like feelings and thoughts of hurting yourself and stuff, because they're not people around who should be talking to you about it. Like, doctors will literally just say to you, well, you know, take this drug and then you know, sort your life out, you know, or just pretend to be happy. They don't have this mindfulness, but it's changing. More and more progressive teachers are coming out, more and more progressive doctors are coming out, more people are being trained and understanding, hey, we've got to address these things. And it was the same with any country, like the UK, US. Even now, people don't understand mental health. Like, I see daily posts from people talking about, oh, that person's just fragile, when you really should be sitting there thinking, are they okay? Like, I've gone through mental health crises myself, and it's not fun. And here's the thing about life. In order to be happy, you need to earn money, because you've got to pay your bills. You need to pay rent. You need to do loads of other things. And with qualifications, degrees, masters, specifically a master's in China, you've got to, you know, basically get these things in order to get a decent livable wage. And when it comes down to it, you have to focus, and if it's something you enjoy, great. If it's something that you don't enjoy, well, that's not going to be good. So you go through all these things, and you do the best you can as a person to try and make things happen. And I've said to him, like, when we talk about education, you know, my own experience is I went and did my drama degree despite the fact that I got an F in math, you know, and I recently got a U in math. They ungraded me because it was extremely hard, and my brain doesn't do math the way everyone else's brain does. I'm more of a kind of kinesthetic learner. I can do the acting side, I can fix a switch, I can, you know, do electrics and shit. But to understand polarity and to look at charts and graphs and stuff, I have no clue of this stuff. Doesn't mean I won't have a clue, just means at this time I don't understand this stuff. So I understand my own failings and what I can do to fix it. But looking at me in 2012 when I got my bachelor's, right? Or if you want to go before that, I literally, oh look, big baby. Say hello, guys. Don't bark, Luigi. Say hi. Be nice. He's not gonna attack you. He's just being friendly, okay? Being friendly. So basically, like, going through all these other things. Hello, boy. Come on, Lucky. Come on, Luigi. See, very friendly. My dog, well, Luigi, to be honest, Lucky doesn't really mind as much. Luigi is very defensive when it comes to bigger dogs because she has little dog syndrome, where every time she sees a bigger dog, she wants to start a fight. Recently, though, she's been good. A lot of it, I think, is because I've been pushing her a little bit. Back to the story. I basically had a conversation with him about the fact that this isn't the end in terms of him not getting to his choice. This is pretty much the beginning. But he has to make the decision himself where he wants to be. If he wants to go for his dream job and make the money he needs to make and, you know, keep moving forward, so to speak, because I'm very good at that. If you've been around me in this channel and social media and you know my life, that's kind of my unofficial motto, in a sense. Because as individuals, we have to keep moving forward. We got to keep going regardless of how we feel about situations. We have to keep moving, and if we don't succeed the first time, we can succeed the second, third, fourth, fifth attempt. Life, people say, oh, life is short. It's not short. It's a very long life we live, but we have to choose how we live it. You know, you've got all these millionaire mindset people who go on about, oh, you know, you can make money quickly and you can have time with your family. That's all a pipe dream. You have to decide how you approach things. That you have to look at how you're going to make money in order to live the life you want to live. not all of us are entitled rich kids. Some of us have to work for every penny that we have in order to have a decent life. It's one of the reasons why I go to China. In China, I don't feel pressure because I earn enough money to know that at the end of the day, I can send a lot of money home, I can have my bills paid, and I'm not worrying where my next rent check is going to come from, or I'm not going to stop myself from having my drugs that I need to live in order to make sure that my rent is paid, which, by the way, is a ridiculous thing, come to think of it. I like living here. I love living here. And a lot of it is because of the opportunities that China has given me. Because without China being here to give me the support and, you know, the care that I need, I would not be doing a master's right now. I would not have completed my postgraduate certificate in education, my PGCE, and be a postgrad. You know, I wouldn't be a master's level student right now. Yeah, we all get hurdles. Yeah, things get hard. Yes, life is shit sometimes, but you have to remind yourself where you want to go, where you want to be, and you need to pick yourself up and move forward. Because if you don't pick yourself up, you're going to just stay in the same place for the rest of your life. And you don't want that. You want to do something, be someone who you want to be. Not me, not anyone else wants you to be, who you want to be. So yeah, sometimes we'll rebel, because this is what this young man did, he rebelled. Sometimes we just toss it all away for our friends or for what someone else tells us to do. Sometimes we will just rebel because our parents are pissing us off. That's okay. But remind yourself of what you want, who you are, and where you want to be. And eventually everything else will come. As you can see, I'm sweating balls right now because it's like almost 40 degrees here. It's very humid. I'm loving it because I like hot countries. But, you know, others may not. You might like the cold better. I do not. I'm not a cold person. But yeah, you know, hopefully this story gives you hope in yourself and that you're going to try and do the best you can. I know everything is expensive. I know degrees are expensive. I know master's level stuff is expensive. Just try and be the best version of you can. And know that I'm proud of him. That's what I told him as well. I'm proud of him because he's trying. That's all you can do. I'm hoping he learns a lesson from this. He moves forward and he gets that mechanical engineering degree that he wants. Because I believe in him, just like I believe in you. You can do it. So yeah, that's pretty much from me. I'm gonna walk my dogs, continue to walk my dogs, because we've got an hour-long walk across Pinghu. And then we'll do another video where I talk about my trip to London. And I'll do some reviews as well for bringing back the Rather British Review. Also, I've got gameplays coming back. If you want to donate, you know where the Patreon link is. If you don't, that's cool. Keep watching, share, subscribe. You know how to do. Have a great day, guys. Love you all. Bye.